Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. And what a beautiful day. This is so beautiful out here. I really don't know the temperature because I haven't really been in direct sun, but what a beautiful day, beautiful hiking trails out here. Lots of people out. So come on, get out, and join Starlight out here on a hiking trail. And also, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi, Starlight, by leaving me a comment down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family, your friends. Let's see. Oh, there's a bee. Yes, you could share my videos with a bee and a dragonfly, because I've been seeing those. Well, I have been seeing dragonflies and that bee, of course. Also, you could check out my playlist and find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. And I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have been there from before I even started my YouTube channel, even till now. So thank you for staying with Starlight all this time, and also all of you who have joined me from the beginning all the way, or just recently. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel, and for all of you who have subscribed or left me a message down below, or even gave me thumbs up, or even share my videos. Thank you. And again, this is a new thing. If you didn't miss it, and if you didn't catch it in the other videos, Starlight is starting a new thing. I love animals and I love people, and so if you would like to, if you have a pet, that is, and you would like to share it on my YouTube channel, on one of my YouTube videos, please, Starlight would love to know about your pet, what your pet's name is. I am an animal lover. I don't care what kind of pet. You got a pet skunk? Okay, I love your pet. Is it a baby? Okay, because the babies don't spray. So I love you so much, and yes, you could share your pets, whatever kind of animal. You have a horse. Awesome. You have a pet weasel. Wow. So yes, you could share those pictures on my Instagram or on Facebook. And on Instagram, it's 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So also, if you want to share like a little video clip, just a small little video clip, and if you are interested in doing this, just leave me a comment down below on that video and say, Starlight, I would love to have my pet on your video. And I sent a picture, or a video clip, depending on what you can or cannot do. And you could do that on either or, if you can do that. And just say, hey, I sent you a picture on Instagram, or I sent you a video on Facebook, and I will go and check that out, because I don't really go on there very much, because I don't really get very many messages, because I'm still new on being a YouTube creator. So now, today, what I really want to talk to you about is, let me see if I can do this here, is how many of you have been going through a lot lately, noticing a lot of, a lot of things going on, a lot of changes going on. And, have you been noticing anything, like maybe the past, haunting you a little bit, like you're like, what's up with this? Like you might have things that are going on. And so right now is a very potent time, and it's about the 8/8 portal that has already been starting since July 28th, and it will go all the way through till August 12th. And so this is a very potent time. And so the 8/8, August 8th, that is when it's going to be the most potent time right now. And it's because the planets are going to be in such an alignment with this energy here and with the sun and all this. So Starlight is not going to get in a whole lot of detail about that. But right now is if you want to manifest things in your life, this is the most potent time right now with this 8-8 portal. And you might even be noticing these numbers like 88, 88, 88 or 888. I've been noticing 888 all over the place, everywhere I go. I can't even, I lost count how many times. So you might be noticing different numbers popping up. Starlight got the 1111 twice this morning. You might be seeing like, and I've been getting these numbers kick-ass right now, a lot of numbers like 222, 333, 444, 555, 666, all these different numbers. And like I said, today I got the 1111 today twice. You might get 1212. So pay attention to these things. And so you might be experiencing things, and not understand what's going on. And a lot of times, like with these portals, you might not be aware of these things, but there's things that we all got to let go of, things that, we've done in the past, things that people have done to us, that energy that they, people have done to us a long time ago. If you didn't take care of that, and dealt with that kind of energy to release it out of your body, it's in your body, like it's kind of stored somewhere. And these portals, like this 8-8 portal, is going to bring things up to the surface so you can deal with these kind of energies. And so this is a great time to let go of those kind of things, that we hold on to without even being aware of it. So letting go of old, things that happen in your past. And also this is a great time to manifest things that you want in your reality. And right now with the 8-8 portal, it's so important to be very positive with anything that you want to manifest in your reality, because energy flows where energy goes. And if you're thinking negative and you're doubting that anything could happen, well, those thoughts are, not your own, but your thoughts, your emotions, the words that you say, the words that you speak, you do have to pay attention to those things, because words are very powerful. And even when you're thinking, you think, and thinking about things repeatedly over and over again, a lot of times it comes out, and then we end up saying those things verbally, like, and I'm just going to use these as an example, is that will never happen for me. That person, they will get it because they got their education, they came from good parents. I'm not going to be able to. Now the universe knows, I'm just using as an example as how we might think at times, not really believing in ourselves, not believing that God can actually help us out and bless us with different things that we desire in our life. So if you're not really believing and trusting in the things that you want to manifest, and we're going to be challenged. We're going to be challenged all the time, tested all the time, and, the universe could do something, and then you might want to give up. You might not want to go any further, so it's so important that so like I was just saying, is right now is really but you're going to want to really be mindful of what are you thinking? What are you saying, about your reality, about your life, So this is such an important time to be positive. And, it's reprogramming yourself. And that is why I do the I am affirmation. So right now it's so important with this energy here. And Starlight, really, this video here is I just want to let you know how important it is to be positive right now, because that energy, if you're thinking of negative thoughts, like I was talking about, is that it's like then you're creating like an energy ball, of negative thoughts, and that is going to go in your reality, and you're going to create more negativity. So if you're thinking about like money, and you're in a fear frequency about money and income, and you're afraid of how you're going to pay this, and afraid of how this is going to happen and all that, is that energy is going to get bigger, kind of like a virus, you know, and it's going to grow, and it's going to create in your reality. You're going to create more of that negative energy in your reality with your life. Sorry, Starlight's got an itch. So it's so important that you be mindful of the kind of thoughts that you're thinking, because the universe, whether you know this or not, God knows your thoughts, and you're the one creating your reality. So no matter what it is that you're dealing with right now, and or struggling with in life, is, you know, you gotta be positive. And what kind of people are you around? You know, are you around positive people? You know, so this is really a very important time to really be around. You know, if you can't find positive people that are going to inspire you, you might right now want to let those people go right now, and get alone with yourself. And, you know, to do I am affirmations, like write them down, and or say them 3 times each, like, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich. You got to, you know, use that. When you say it, though, you got to believe it, and feel that energy in your body, you know, the emotions and stuff that go with that. And even being grateful right now, this is such, all the time we should be grateful. I don't want to use the word should, but, you know, be grateful for the wind, you know, that you know, these are things that people take for granted a lot of times. Be grateful for the nice breeze. You know, I am grateful for this beautiful breeze that is coming through here. I am grateful for the sun that is shining. I am grateful for this tree that is giving me some shade, so I'm, you know, not right out in the opening here in this hiking trail where I would get super hot, you know. So be grateful for the running water, you know, that you have in your house, you know, where you can flush your toilet, rinse off your vegetables. You know, in my situation, even though I don't have a house, I'm in my car. But you know what? I am very grateful when I can find running water, and I can rinse my vegetables off or clean my dishes. So be grateful for the water that you have, and, you know, say, I am grateful for a bed to lay on. There's people, you know, I found the spot out here. Starlight is a professional at finding stuff, or, you know, finding where people sleep. But I found a spot out here on this hiking trail. Like, it's kind of funny how I get guided. My intuition was like trying to find like a place to do a meditation, and I found somebody's bed where they sleep out here. So it is something how you know, there's some people that don't have a bed. You know, like I was helping homeless people out last night with giving them some watermelon, because Starlight is not going to eat that whole watermelon. And you know, so these people go from meal to meal. Be grateful that you have a refrigerator that's full of food, and then you can have choices. Not everybody gets to have like choices when they're living on the street, you know. Hey, I'm having a hard time right here. You know, what do I want for a snack right now? Maybe I want ice cream, or well, I'm going to watch a movie later on. Maybe Starlight loves popcorn. So would you like popcorn later on, you know, to go with that movie? Or do you feel like a nice cold ice cream right now, you know, or some fruit? So be grateful that you got all those choices. You know, I was thinking of that with the homeless people. I do know what it's like, because I've been there. God put me through this, is where, you know, you got to trust and believe. But a lot of the homeless people, they don't know what I've learned on this journey, you know, is that they might have a place to go to get a free hot meal. But, you know, later on in the night, do you get snacks, you know, at nighttime? Do you get the munchies later on? They might not get any snacks and munchies later on. So be grateful that you have choices, that you could just, you know, they can't carry all this food around with them all over, you know. Some of them might not have any money at that particular night, you know, to, hey, man, I can't stop thinking about ice cream right now. I would love to really have ice cream. So be grateful, you know, that you have a place And Starlight's in this situation because this is a part of what I signed up for. So don't feel sorry for Starlight. I use myself as an example to help other people because I had to go through this. I do have a heart for the homeless people. So this is how I could learn more about what they go through, is by experiencing what they do go through. And then I can help you on how to, love these people and help them out and be grateful for what you have. So this is all the time we always need to be grateful about what we are so blessed with. How about the air that, right now I can talk, there's air, I can breathe. There's some people, I do know somebody right now, well, I don't know if they're in the hospital right now, but they were in a hospital because they were having breathing problems. My brother went through that. I know some other people that had, it's a scary thing, you know? So be grateful for everything. Be grateful for your children. Be grateful for your health. I hear some of you complaining. Why are you complaining? Oh, Starlet, you don't know my health. You know what? I used to have issues when I was younger, when I had a pity party, thinking, oh, my life was so rotten, all this woe is me stuff. But you know what? It really helped me out to, when I got outside and I seen somebody in a wheelchair, or, that there's people in the hospital that are connected to machines, and they're just in the bed. There's people that I've met in my life, and I used to help people, handicapped people, where I've did help out a man long time ago with doing his dishes. He had bed sores because, he was depressed and he was just kind of giving up on life. He was in the past, and he had so much bed sores because he would stay in bed all day long, 24/7 on his bed. He didn't want to go anywhere. He had vehicles. He wouldn't go and drive. He just ate junk food. The doctor's like, hey, you got to change your diet around. He just went and did whatever he wanted. He didn't listen to the doctor, and he did pass away eventually. And I was around at that time. And so be grateful that, you know, about, think about all the things that are going good. You have a house, right? You got legs, you got feet, you got hands, you got eyes, you got a nose, you got a mouth, you got your teeth, you got hair, like you got your family, you got friends, you got Mother Nature. So be grateful. You got food on your plate today. Some people didn't. So, it's so important to be so grateful all the time, So this time right here with this 8-8 portal, it's really, really think of all your blessing counts. I tell you, I am always doing the, I am grateful. I am grateful for what? I got lots of things to be grateful for. I could sit here all day long and say I am grateful for something. So, try to, think of 10 things that you're grateful for, like every day. And not just through this 8-8 portal time right here from July 28th to August 12th, but this should be, this is something that we need to do every day, that we should want to do every day, is to say thank you. Thank you for these plants, what would we do? Thank you for the animals that give so many people love. There's a lot of people that have animals, and a lot of those people that have animals, they need healing. I said that. Yes, I did say that. You know why? Animals have a way of making us feel good, don't they? So be grateful for your pets. Be grateful for the kind of love that they give you. Be grateful for your family, your kids, your grandkids, and your safety and your protection. We take our life for granted a lot of times, taking risk in life, and that how many times, like there's cats that have 9 lives, but how many times do you think, yeah, I know with my own life, how many times I could have already not been here, but I'm still here. There's a lot of people that are a walking miracle, all kinds of things could have happened, but didn't. So really, thank God for those times, Hey, a white butterfly, what does that mean? So yeah, be grateful. This is a potent time right now with the 8-8 portal. And so, count your many blessings and do the I am affirmations. Be positive at this time. Being negative is not what you want to do right now. So if you have a hard time being positive right now, is, you know, you can write it down on a paper, on a booklet. Doing journaling is really important right now. You know, you can manifest things right now, but you got to be positive. This is the potent time right here to manifest. It will speed things up right now. This is the time that things will speed up in your life because of this 8-8 portal. So please be positive. And if you're around negative people, this is really not the time that you're going to want to spend time with people that are tripping you up with their negativity. So really, if you got people that you spend time with, this is a time that you really want to, you know, kind of say, you know what, I got to take a vacation from you. You're a little too much for me, right? You don't have to tell this to them, but, you know, to yourself, say, you know what, I really, and this is what Starlight is going to do right now, is I realize, because this is a potent time right now, even if you're not around people that are saying a lot of negative stuff or have negative energy, you can go to places or go around an environment, or, you know, where there's negative energies, that is like a resin that's left behind, and you might not even be aware of it. Like a casino is a very negative place, like a funeral home, that's negative energy. So you really want to avoid those negative environments. You know, people think going to church is the place to go. Even at a church, it's a lot of negative energy, because why? You know, there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. There's a lot of fakeness going on, a lot of backbiting going on. So that is not even the greatest place to go to. Where you're going to find the greatest place to go to is getting out in nature and spending some time with yourself. And just, you know, when a negative thought comes up, act, you know, like, let it go by, you know, and replace it with a positive, you know, is, no, I'm not, I'm, let it go by like a cloud, you know. And you could say, no, I am going to believe in, you know, I am good enough. I can do this. I can bring abundance in my life. I'm going to be positive. You know, I am rich. I am positive. You know, you could do that. I am positive. You can even ask the archangels, Michael, or even God, you know, help me to be positive. Please help me. I need help being positive right now. I'm struggling to being positive, because right now your thoughts are, all the time your thoughts are creating your reality, and even your emotions and what you think. So be cautious of those kind of things, and avoid the people right now that, you know, you could say, hey, isn't it a beautiful sunny day? Oh, well, yeah. Well, you know, 3 days from now, it's going to rain. I just was being positive with you. So those are the kind of people right now you really want to avoid like the plague. So I really hope you get a lot of help from this video. Is right now is the time that you can bring abundance, and Starlight's been working on this now for quite a while. And, you know, there's things that I want to desire to bring in. So be focused on those things that you want to bring in. You want a new job? You want a great job? Well, imagine that it's already here. Believe in it. Stop doubting that it's going to happen for you. Stop thinking that it's never, you know, they're not going to hire you. They will hire you. But you got to believe in yourself, and you got to be positive. That it's all mental here. So you got to believe, yes, I am good enough. They will hire me. You know, turn this thing around. Stop being negative and thinking that, you know, they're not going to hire me. You know, that's why you're not getting hired, is because you're not believing in it. You're believing that you're not good enough. That's why it's not going to work, is because you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you're the best candidate for that job. And if it's not meant for you, don't worry about it. There's a better, that means God's got something better for you. So don't let that totally destroy you, you know, is to believe that, you know, hey, that's okay. God knows things that you don't know about that job and that company and the boss and the workers. You know what? You're better off that God gives you something better. God just has something better down the road for you. So believe in it, trust in it, claim it today that it's here. Believe in your thing, you know, whatever it is that you want to manifest. But really right now it's all about being positive and protecting your energy. I love you so much. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can share my videos with your family or friends. And let me see, a bird, and I keep on seeing black cats. And don't be afraid, don't be shy, swing by, and you can leave me a comment down below, beep, beep, beep. And also you could check out my playlist. Plus you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Ding the Starlight. I love you all. Right now, Be positive. If you got to be alone and do the I am affirmations to yourself, do it. If you got to write little notes, sticky notes in your house, I had to do this. I had to have sticky notes all in my apartment to reprogram the way I think. By doing those I am affirmations every day, 3 times each, changed everything in my life. Things are happening for me, so, and you got to be positive. You got to believe, and it doesn't happen overnight. You still, no matter what the outside looks like, still believe, no matter how somebody's expressions on their face, you could have a boss comes up to you, or, you could have gone to a job trying to get hired, and his face might think, ah, that face looks like I didn't get hired. Don't even pay no attention to the outside appearance, please. Believe it, claim it, that you got that job. So anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. Enjoy your day. Get out in nature. That's where you want to be. This is the best place that you can ever be, is out in nature. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.